Really quick. I don't want to make this video too long, but earlier today, I seen. Hold on, let me actually get my phone so I can remind myself what I wanted to talk about really quickly. But I seen a post earlier today. Um, it was a video that said "Word of the day." What's the word of the day? And the guy in the video said that true love is somebody that will never get tired of you because they're going to be giving you back basically the same energy that you give them, Like they'll never get tired of you giving them your love, or they'll never get tired of they won't get tired of, of you as a person. And man, I super I super agree with that because if somebody loves you, if somebody is infatuated with you, if somebody loves your energy, loves you as a person, you know, you won't irritate them, you won't get on their nerves, you won't like they won't get tired of you. You know how people always joke and say, "Man, I can't stand you." Like if somebody is truly like in love with you, or if somebody truly loves you, you know, um, those terms don't exist. Pretty much, like you don't get tired of being around somebody or receiving energy from somebody, or you won't get tired of, like you won't get tired of the other person. Like you won't get tired of a partner. Like it just won't happen. And that's soup. That's I agree with that 100%. And yeah, like you don't see a lot of that nowadays. I say it a whole lot. So many people right now in our generation in today's society really have a short attention span. Like you could be with somebody for 2 weeks and they'll already be tired of you. Like they're already like there's probably still flirting with somebody else, or they're probably got somebody on the side for you just in case you fuck up. Like it's like there's no real one-on-one, there's no real connection there. That a lot of that stuff is hard to find, especially with how hard it is to connect with people. Like yeah, people talk on social media, but beyond that, beyond texting, beyond interacting on social media, like nobody really, there's not a lot of people meeting new people right now. Or if you do meet the people, it's not somebody, they end up being weird, or they end up not being who you thought they was, or their energy changes, and it just throws you off. It's like finding genuine people is really hard to find. Um, Another thing that I wanted to talk about is a post that I made, and I'm gonna make that post the cover of this video, so you guys can see it before you click on it. But it says, "Be patient. Somebody will give you the world without you asking." And that's true. But I consider myself to be a pretty good guy, to be honest. Um, and right now with there was a whole list of things I wanted to talk about in regards to this topic, but finding the right one, somebody who genuinely likes your energy, somebody who genuinely wants to be around you, or somebody who genuinely likes you for you and nothing beyond that, without, somebody wants you without asking for something in return, you know, it's that's rare. Especially nowadays, that is so rare. Because honestly, honestly, it's hard to find genuine people. Like, I keep saying that because it's true. It is so hard to find genuine people when you're somebody. Um, so this is gonna kind of go on what I was thinking earlier. When you're a nice guy, right? You get taken for granted a lot because when you start doing something, people start getting used to it. So in the beginning, you might feel appreciated, but when it's done repeatedly, they get used to it. And you go from being appreciated to just being tolerated because of the ideology that since you're doing it, right, it becomes something they start expecting you to do it, is it's you kind of start being tolerated instead of appreciated. And you may not say nothing because you're doing it because you want to, the nice guy. You're being the nice guy, and being the nice guy is good until it ain't. Being the nice guy is cool until it ain't, until people start taking you for granted or expecting you to do these things, or people stop appreciating the things that you're doing, and it gets, you can't be the nice guy all the time. Let's say that. You can't, because women want a nice guy, but they also want a guy who isn't afraid to speak their mind. They want a guy who can be blunt. They want a guy who can make them feel protected, right? They want a guy who can listen to them without making them feel judged. They want a guy who can make them feel protected. They want somebody like when you're around them, when they're around you, they want to feel protected. When you guys are out, women want to be and feel protected because you're the man. You are the man. It's kind of your role. And it's not just a physical thing, it's also a mental thing. Before you can be strong physically, you have to be strong mentally first. Otherwise, you're just big for no reason, or athletic built for no reason, or just, you got this persona for no reason. It's like, you're basically living a life that you aren't really built for, or that you aren't really with, it's you can't, it takes mental strength first to build physical strength. You have to be disciplined. You have to be able to be humble. You got to be able to take criticism without getting mad. You got to, if you like somebody, but the person that you like doesn't like you back or like you the way that you think that they do or should, you can't get mad at that. You can't get mad at somebody for not feeling the same way that you feel because they're not obligated to, right? You can't get mad at that, you know? And if they're telling you why they feel the way that they feel, you cannot get mad at that, you know? It's not their job to feel the same way you feel. It has to come naturally, you know? So it takes strength to be able to take that criticism and take that feedback genuinely without reacting horrible, you know? Yeah, you can't switch up. And if that causes you to switch up how you're treating that person, then just leave them alone. Just don't waste your time trying to get back at them because they don't feel how you feel. That's not how you be a man. You know, that's you're not doing that woman no favors. You're just proving her point. You know, it's crazy. Cause and that actually happens. You see in the horror videos, you heard the horror stories, you know, that stuff actually happens and it's crazy and it's disgusting, it's sad. You know, it's something that shouldn't exist, but it does because people don't know, a lot of people do not know how to take rejection, criticism, or anything like that, you know. So being a man, you have to know how to deal with those things, you know. You have to know how to receive those things without attacking someone or switching up how you are with someone, you know. Um, but back to the point, you also can't be the nice guy. Like when I say nice guy, I mean a nice to a sense, to a point to where you're getting taken advantage of. You're, you know, people are stepping all over you. You can't do things. You know, you can't always do things without like, it's hard to, I don't know. Basically what I'm trying to say is you cannot be the nice guy all the time. Sometimes you have to be aggressive a little bit, not to a sense to where to make, to like, you know, to, in a bad way. You got to be aggressive in a good way, you know, like take charge, lead, you know, protect, things like that, things of that nature, you know, like say how you feel, you know, and there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it, you know. It's all about finding the balance, you know. So if the right person comes, there's no time on how long that could take. A lot of us want things to happen right now because we're trying to live in the moment, in the now, but that's not how it always is. Sometimes it takes a long time, especially in today's society where a lot of people are focusing on themselves. A lot of people in our generation are building. They're trying to build for the future. They're trying to build, stack money. You know, they're trying to move, get themselves together, things like that. You know, because it's harder to do those things now than it ever was in history. In my opinion, it's harder to do those things now than it was in the past because a lot of us lack direction, they lack focus, and these things, and it all goes back to a short attention span and not really knowing what you want, you know. Yeah. I did want to make this video too long. I'm going on 15 minutes already, but everything happens in time, and you have to really know what you want, and and you have to know how to communicate with what you want without doing too much. So if you want to talk about it, hit the DMs, hit the comments, hit the like, share, all those good things. And let me know what you think about what I said. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And why? Let me know. Have a good day, people.